Hello everyone, welcome to back my YouTube channel nursingbeat. Today I am going to discuss about anatomical and physiological structure of the eyes. Under this, the first one is cornea. The clear dome-shaped outer layer that cover the front of the eyes, it help focus light onto the retina. Under this its layer, the first is epithelium. The outermost layer of the cornea consists of several layers of the cells. It acts as a barrier against foreign particles and pathogens, providing protection. Under this second one is Bowman layer. Bowman layer, a thin layer beneath the epithelium. Beneath means under the epithelium, composed of collagen fiber. It provides structural support to the cornea. Third is stroma. This is a thickness layer of the cornea and is responsible for the most cornea strength and structural integrity. It consists of collagen fiber arranged in a specific pattern that contribute to the cornea transparency. Fourth one is decimate membrane, a thin and tough layer that separates the stroma from the innermost layer of the cornea. It helps maintain the cornea shape and serve as a barrier against infection. Fifth one is endothelium, the innermost layer of the cornea consisting of a single layer of the cell. It plays a crucial role in maintaining the cornea clarity by regulating fluid balance and removing excess fluid from the corneal stroma. Next is physiology. The cornea has a remarkable ability to transmit and focus light onto the lens and retina. Its curvature and clarity contribute significantly to the eye's reflective power, helping to create sharp images on the retina. Then its transparency. The transparency of the cornea is maintained by precise arrangement of collagen fiber in a stroma. These fibers are arranged in a lattice-like pattern that minimize light scattering, ensuring that light passes through the cornea without distortion. Next one is cornea repair. The cornea has a high capacity of self-repair. The epithelial cell on a surface that regenerate quickly, helping to heal minor injury or abrasions. However, if the damage goes deeper into a layer, healing might involve the contribution of other type cells. Then second one is iris. The colored part of the eyes that control the size of the pupil and thus regulate the amount of light entering the eyes. The color of the iris is determined by the amount and type of pigments present in the stroma. Brown eyes has a higher concentration of the melanin pigment. Blue eyes have less. Green and hazel eyes are result of combination of melanin and other pigments. Genetic factors play a significant role in determining iris color. Then I'm going to discuss about its layer. The first layer is anterior epithelium. The outermost layer, the iris, composed of a thin layer of cells. It helps protect and maintain the surface of the iris. Under this layers of iris is second one as stroma. Beneath the epithelium means under the epithelium, the stroma is a thickness layer of the iris. It contains connective tissue, blood vessels, and pigmented cells that give the iris its color. The third one is under the layer of iris is pinchers and dilator muscles. These are the specialized muscles within the iris that control the size of pupil. The pincher muscles contract to make the pupil smaller and the dilator muscles contract to make the pupil larger. Then I'm going to discuss about its physiology. The primary function of the iris is to regulate the amount of light entering the eyes by adjusting the size of the pupil. This process is known as pupillary reflex or pupillary response. The iris does this by using its muscles to change the diameter of the pupil. Then its pupillary reflex. When the light level changes, the muscles of the iris respond to ensure an appropriate amount of light reaches the retina. In bright light, the sphincter muscle contracts, causing the pupils to constrict, means begin smaller. This limits the amount of light that enter the eyes, preventing overexposure of the retina to intense light. Then I'm going to discuss about the third structure of the eyes, that is pupil. The central opening in the iris that allow light to enter the eyes. The size of the pupil adjusts in response to varying light condition. Then its pupillary reflexes. The size of a pupil is controlled by two sets smooth muscle located within the iris, the sphincter muscles and the dilator muscles. What is sphincter muscle? The circular muscles encircling the pupil edges. When its contract is caused the pupil to constrict or become smaller. This constriction is known as miosis. It occurs in response to bright light, preventing excessive light from entering the eyes and protect the retina from potential damage. The second one is second reflex of pupil as dilator muscle. This radial muscle stretch from the center of the iris toward the outer edge. When it's contract, it causes the pupil to dilate or become larger. This dilatation is known as mydriasis. It happens in dim light or when the focus on a distant object, means which object away from us, allowing more light to enter and improve low light vision. Then I'm going to discuss about the fourth structure of the eyes, that is lens. It's located behind the iris. The lens focuses light onto the retina. Its shape changes through a process called accommodations, enabling the eyes to focus on an object at different distances. Next, I am going to discuss about its accommodation. When we look at the object that are close to us, the ciliary muscles around the lens contract. This called the suspensory ligaments to loosen, allowing the lens to become thickened and more curved. This increased curvatures increase the lens to reflective power, enabling to bend light rays more sharply. This is necessary to focus nearby object onto the retina, ensuring a clear image. Conversely, when we look at the object that are far away, the ciliary muscle relaxes, allowing the suspensory ligaments to pull the lens thinner and flattener. This decreases the lens reflective power, ensuring that light rays from the distant object are focused accurately on the retina. Then I'm going to discuss about some eyes problem occur with increasing age. First one is presbyopia. The lenses lose some of this flexibility and ability to change shape. This natural aging process is known as presbyopia. In this, person who are unable to focus on a nearly objects. Then second one is cataract. The cataract is clouding of the lenses that occur when the protein in the lens start to clump together and interfere with the passage of lights. This clouding can lead to blurred or impaired vision. Cataract are the common age-related condition, but they can also be caused by other factors such as injuries, certain medications, or medical conditions. Next, fifth one is optic nerve. The bundle of nerve fibers that carry visual information from the retina to the brain visual center. It leaves the eyes at the optic disc, also known as blind spot due to the absence of photoreceptor cells. Then I'm going to discuss about visual signal transmission. Under this, first one is photoreceptor. The process begins in the retina where photoreceptor cells means rod cells and cone cell convert light into electrical signal. The signals are generated in the response, the intensity and wavelength of the light. Then second one is bipolar cells and ganglion cells. The electrical signals from the photoreceptor cells are passed on to the bipolar cells, which then transmit the signal to ganglion cells, and ganglion cells are the finally output neurons in the retina. They gather information from the larger area of the photoreceptor and transmit as action potential along their axons. Then third one is optic nerve. The axon of the ganglion cells bundle together to form the optic nerve. This nerve exits the eyes at the optic disc and carries the combined visual information from the both eyes to brain. It contains approximately 1.2 million nerve fiber in human. Then fourth one is optic chiasm. Such after leaving the eyes, the optic nerve fiber from each eye partially cross over at the point called optic chiasm. This allow information from both eyes to be processed by both hemispheres of the brain. The sixth main part of the structure of eyes is sclera. The sclera is composed of dense connective tissue rich in collagen fibers. This fiber gives the sclera its strength and durability while maintaining eye shape. The collagen fibers are organized in a way that prevent the sclera from being easily deformed while still allowing for some flexibility. Then I'm going to discuss about its function. The primary function of sclera is to provide a protective outer shell for the eye internal structures, helping to shield them from external impact, injuries and infection. Additionally, the sclera along with the cornea contributes to maintain the eye's shape and maintaining the integrity of the eyeball. Then I'm going to discuss about its ciliary body. It's a seven structure of the structure of eyes, a ring of tissues that surround the lens and help to control its shape for focusing. It also provides the aqueous humour, a clear fluid that maintains the eye's pressures and supply nutrients. Then I'm going to discuss about its component. The first component is ciliary muscles. The ciliary muscles contain smooth muscle fiber called ciliary muscles. These muscles are responsible for controlling the shape of the lens during the process of accommodation. When the ciliary muscles contract, they cause the lens of the to thicken, enable the eyes to focus on nearby object. Conversely, when the ciliary muscle relaxed, the lens become thinner, allowing the eyes to focus on distant object. Second component is ciliary processes. The ciliary processes also has a numerous fold. The projections called ciliary processes. These processes are involving in the production of aqueous humour, a clear fluid that fill the anterior chamber of the eyes and help to maintain intraocular pressure and nourish the cornea and lens. The third one is ciliary epithelium. The ciliary processes are covered by the specialized layer of the cells that are called ciliary epithelium. This layer is responsible for active transports of ions and nutrients that contribute to the production of aqueous humour. Then I'm going to discuss about the next structure of the eyes, that is cryoid. A layer of the blood vessels between the retina and the sclera. It provides nutrient to the outer layer part of the retina and help absorb excess light. And I'm going to discuss about its function. First one is nutrient supply. Is one of the major function is supply oxygen and nutrient to the retina. The highly vascular nature of the choroid ensure that the retina, particularly its metabolically active cells such as photoreceptor, receive a continuous supply to the oxygen and nutrients required for optimal function. The second function of choroid is thermal regulation. The abundant blood flow within the choroid help regulate the temperature of the retina and other retinal eye structures. This temperature regulation is important for maintaining proper functions and preventing damage due to overheating. The third function of choroid is light absorbing. The choroid is pigmented to absorb excess light that enter the eyes. This helps prevent reflections and scattering of lights within the eyes, which could potentially interfere with visual clarity. Next one is aqueous humor. The clear fluid in the front of the eyes between the cornea and the lens. It maintains the eyes pressure and nourishes the cornea and lenses. Then its function. The first function is intraocular pressure. The aqueous humor contributes to maintaining intraocular pressures, which is pressures within the eyes. Accurate at intraocular pressures is crucial for maintaining the eye shape and supporting its structural integrity. The second function is nutrient supply. The aqueous humor provides nutrients and oxygen to the vascular cornea and lenses. As these structures lack their own blood supply, they rely on aqueous humor to receive the necessary nutrients and to remove wastage products. The third function of aqueous humor is wastage removal. In addition to supply nutrients, the aqueous humor help to remove wastage product and metabolic byproducts from the cornea and lenses. The fourth function of the aqueous humor is optical properties. The aqueous humor play a role in focusing light onto the lens and the retina. Its reflective properties contribute to the eye's overall ability to create a clear image on the retina. The next and last structure of the eyes is vitreous humor. A gel-like substance that fills the larger shape at the back of the eyes. It helps maintain the eye shape and provides support to the retina. So guys, today I discussed about anatomical and physiological structure of the eyes. I hope you understood my topic. If any query related to my topic, then ask me in comment section. Thank you so much.